in Stockholm, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm quite surprised that they let that map through.
Yeah, especially because I think when I look at this iteration of Mouse, they've struggled a lot on Mirage. It's not the Mouse of old where, you know, they dominated the map and they were the #1 team in the scene on the map. Yeah, especially because I think when it's a very different team from that, and they've dropped off considerably on this map.
Yeah, and it is time for us to make a choice between Mouse and NIP. We'll bring in your casters for this one as it's prediction time. It's crunch time, and Anders is once again warming up. Anders, you got to go last. That was a luxury I only give you once. I'm going to force this out of you right now. Explain your working. I'm like your high school teacher. Explain your answer.
Yeah, if we don't see proof,
because you just keep saying a team and then being smug. I can't have that again.
I've had him do this on an IQ test, and his reasoning is hard to understand sometimes.
Come on, man, hit me.
Yeah, but Sean, I was right, wasn't I? So
you were right.
Mouse Nip.
I think this is going to be NIP, and I think they looked really impressive. Again, they're one of those teams coming out of the challenger stage. I think it makes a big difference that you're sort of all warmed up. Get Dennis to play just a little bit better, just 3-4% more. I think they'll have what it takes. So
NIP for Anders.
Yeah, how much more precision do you want, Moses? Do you want?
I just like that you regurgitated everything that was just said on the death segment. That was fun.
Jason, you got anything else for us?
I'm going to take the ninjas as well.
Okay, 2 for the ninjas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you don't have to explain, does
I know, I don't have to
You've done that plenty. Gentlemen, are we going all nip? We all flying that flag? I mean, Threat, you have an excuse. You probably own at least 3 NIP jerseys.
Go Mouse Sports, Threat, live life on the edge.
So what you're saying, bro?
You can't go back home if you don't.
I have to go NIP.
I mean, I'll give you that one. That's fine. That's a freebie. How about you, Sean?
Man, I just think Jason is always wrong. I kind of look against him. Yeah. I'm going to take NIP.
Can't really argue, man, can you?
I can't.
Now that feels weird, because then that would mean that we all predicted NIP. They did beat Astralis on Mirage, and that's weighing on my mind too heavily to go against them. I'm going to have to go for NIP as well. I think this is incredibly close to call, and of course there is always that chance that every single individual Mouse just goes nuts and we all look silly. We'll find out.
Yeah, but there's a chance it happens for NIP too, Alex.
Touche, touche. And indeed, I'll let you guys take this one away.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, we appreciate it. I think it's good to see everyone coming together in spite of all of our differences, Moses.
Yeah, a lot of unity going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got that whole thing lined up.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, well, and also we have the Upcomer app, which
we do.
Yeah, which we'll bring up on the screen. Upcomer.com, where you can download it off the iTunes or Android.
I think Mousesports is going to have a lot more backup than we gave them.
Hell no.
You don't think so?
I think this is going to be leaning towards NIP all the way.
I don't know. I just feel like Mousesports is they're still a dangerous team. I'd be shocked if they're going to have.
They are obviously still a dangerous team. Yeah, that's something. That's obviously 90 for NIP. I told you.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, it's 61 to NIP.
Yeah, see what I say? That's more reasonable. That's more reasonable.
Yeah. I think obviously the Astralis games are going to have something to do with it, and I think obviously anytime you have Forest playing well and even Get Right playing well, I think that's going to remotivate a lot of the fan base and a lot of the Counter-Strike fans to start having more faith in NIP, and that's kind of what we have right now.
Think about it. If we could have Get Right and Forest coming back, we have Existence playing at this tournament as well. I just love it. We've got a lot of people coming back in and proving their worth, and it's very exciting. Mousesports going to be playing on the CT side, NIP on the T side here, Mirage. We're best of 1 game. They're first in the Legend stage for both of these teams, and it's really important that you win it so you can go on and be invited next time.
You also don't have to worry about not going through the minor system.
Yes, that is, and that's a huge deal for sure. Looks like we have got a bit of a execute on the bomb site here. Dennis doing nothing on the other side, which is a bit of a shame because that was meant to sell some sort of fake. Now Snacks, close range here. The flashbang setup is great, and he's going to pick up one guy carrying the bomb, even getting a chance to reload. He's staying alive for such a long time here and doing everything that's required, even going down. That's just fine as Sonny, Oscar, and Chris going to close out the round, and Mousesports with a beautiful start of Team Ace.
Yeah, Team Ace, everyone gets 1 kill. NIP ran that strategy previously. I think they ran that at Stockholm. Maybe it was earlier in this event where they just sent Dennis up A-ramp all on his lonesome to take a duel, find a fight to have, and Rops just puts him down before he can get anything going on. And obviously the flashbang slow this hit down. By the time NIP's actually ready to attack the bomb site, there's 4 players here defending, and they've just lost too much. Big win for Mousesports in the pistol round. Deagles are out, so is the scout on Get Right. Not known to be a scouter.
No, not exactly, but I actually would like to see. I like it if Get Right is going to come in to this match a little bit fired up, maybe taking a couple of risks. One of those players that is definitely an emotional player, so if he can find a way to pick himself up early on and do a little bit of damage, that would certainly be exciting. I think that bullet was actually caught by the fence there, or by the railing, so that's a bit of a shame. Rez and Dennis are going to be left.
Yeah, this whole round's a bit of a shame for NIP. The investment yielding them no results whatsoever. Rez is out, but that's easy for Snacks. And now Dennis moving in towards A. Would love to get just one kill. He's got a lot of space to work with, but no easy shots. And I don't know, there he is. He's been spotted from CT spawn. Communication doesn't come along quick enough, but not a great chance of hitting those shots. 2-0. Mousesports don't lose anybody.
No, perfect beginning for them. That is obviously good news, being on CT side. When you get, when you get enough grenades and if you can even buy into the double up setup or something like that, if a Mousesports, don't know if they want to, but if they get Oscar and Chris both at one, that's kind of hard to break. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Who do you need to get rid of Oscar at this point? Can't exactly invite MSL, can you? So.
Oh, the memes.
The back.
Yep. Well, just around with Glocks, and I think we'll see Chris starting to get aggressive. He's not going to worry about losing this SMG all too much. I want to get some of that bonus money. Lecro, Forest, Rez, and Dennis playing very far back. Part of the reason that went into my prediction for picking NIP, and this has been going on for a while, I've just kind of lost confidence in Mousesports Mirage.
You don't like it? Do you have a? Is it just an overall feeling, or have you identified is there a specific problem that you?
There's not anything specific. I just feel like they haven't been playing as well on it, and over time they seem to have been getting worse on it. This is awkward for Chris.
Yeah, kind of an unnecessary mistake. It's not going to cost him the round, but you know.
It would have been nice to have the information. Like I said, he's not going to worry about risking an SMG because they have everything they need to still stay in this round. I think this is going to force Rops to play way more passive in that A-bomb side. I think he's kind of got to back up maybe all the way to Ticket Booth. Really use that FAMAS and the range that it has over unarmored pistols. There's no utility as well. So as soon as he spots action, the rotation's going to come back to the stop connector, and then there's no chance of them getting into the bomb site. 3 quick kills for Robs. There's the M4, and yeah, it's shut down pretty quick. So yeah, losing that SMG, it's just not the biggest deal. And obviously, if you make that push and you find 2 players looking the wrong way and you get a bunch of bonus money, that always puts a smile on your face. NIP gonna have to play around without an AWP if they're ever going to go back to it. For the moment, 5 AKs.
Not bad at all. That kind of beginning, Chris taking a bit of a risk. If it had worked out, I mean, apart from the fun of sniping up kills with the MP7, if you apply a bit of pressure early on the CT side, right, it can leave the Ts a bit more worried, right? Maybe they're a bit slower in some of the rifle rounds even because they're worried about some of that aggression. Yeah. Which some CT sides do tend to forget. I think Mousesports actually is one of them sometimes, weirdly enough, but if maybe they've switched that up a little bit. Maybe they are going to try and be a bit more. I think the difference, I don't know if they necessarily forget, but a lot of the power that Mousesports has, as you mentioned, is the AWP, right? So the more you're aggressive with your rifles on the CT side, the less of a chance someone like Oscar would have to be involved. And they like to do aggression with him as well. Had a small, very, very quick pause for whatever reason, but it's ended. Not a tactical. And here we go. AWP is out on Oscar. 2 FAMAS, 2 M4s. Plenty of utility on the NIP side as well. 4th round, first time that NIP have rifles in their hands. Some utility, but not a whole lot. That is going to be a preemptive Molotov to catch the smoke as coming into the window. Kind of a deep play coming out here from Oscar, and see if he's going to get the reward that he's looking for. Flashbang is in. Rez will pick up Chris, and he was over at Catwalk. Tried for the flick, but not going to make it work, and Sunny's gone down in the middle. Big return into this round for NIP, and that's in spite of a very dangerous scenario there. That gap in the smoke can absolutely ruin your day, but they're going to stay safe for now and see if they can handle this. This one at 3v5, you really should be winning this round if you're NIP. There are ways to mess it up. I know where Chris J died. He's on the catwalk. I'm just not entirely sure how far out he was swung. That nade always brings Forrest down. Well, we've seen that a number of times from NIP. Forrest is more than willing to take that duel, even with an AWP. They kind of pre-fire that gap in the smoke. One pop flash design just to wreck that position so you can get some time. Help to neutralize that particular point. Oh, they're going to
we adjust over towards the B bomb site. And this is dangerous because Snax is pushing up and Oscar's going to be here as well. This is the worst possible situation that NIP can attack into.
Yeah, really is. And especially because when the shot rings out from this AWP, all their focus... Oh, he falls back. The timing is unbelievable. Snax is going to get one, but they needed that. Oscar's still doing a good job holding on. 30 seconds, and they're all going to be coming for him. Every single player through the apartment. He misses the first opportunity now. They're down on the low ground. One more missed shot, and Rez cleaning up the round. By the way, he got the kill early in underpass on Chris. I thought it was on... Yeah, I thought it was on catwalk. Yeah, but I think he actually wanted to make the jump out, but he failed the jump to get on catwalk and fell down into underpass to get picked off.
Puts it into a really awkward spot. Great shooting from Forrest. Nice control as well, tapping away at window first, and Oscar just couldn't get comfortable inside this bomb site, and part of it, I think, he was expecting that to be a split. You could see him really ready for anyone to turn the corner on catwalk. Great job by NIP to overcome that first hurdle. Now they have another obstacle in their face, and that's the double op setup. You mentioned it. Chris J and Oscar bringing out the AWP. And this time, NIP's not going to smoke window. They're going to let Forrest just pin Oscar down. And does he want to go for the peak? This would be so bold. Here's Chris J's. Oh, no, he missed a shot. Get right, so lucky, but Chris J does get the follow-up. And Oscar's not punished for the peak. Nice aggression in middle with the flashbang over the wall.
Yeah, really well done, and probably Get Right's going to be a little bit upset that there was nobody that could refrag any of that. Surprised Chris missed the first shot, but a lot of confidence in his playstyle. Going back for a repeat there can definitely be dangerous, but he made it out.
Especially even Oscar peeking in window like that.
Yeah.
That's a terrifying prospect. Either way, there it is. Well, there Oscar goes back for it. This time they're punished for the repeaks. Rez is backing all the way through T-spawn. Gonna head towards A ramp. You have Dennis set up and ready to go in Palace. Sunny and Rops are going to be the two that are forced to defend this situation. They'll obviously have to smoke or Molotov or force back Chris J, and I think that's kind of the plan. That flashbang doesn't work, though. He's going to get a new angle, but one's already crossed.
But Electro, grenade in hand, he jumps just over the shot. He probably should have been dead. 35 seconds now, and they are starting to crunch on that A-bomb side. Robs is there. He's performing very well so far. Sunny almost gets taken out, and Electro, oh my god, that's so incredibly aggressive. Sunny is definitely going to be mad. And now Chris, can he get back into the action? He wants to be there to help out Robs, but he's going to get himself taken down. What an absolutely beautiful round from Lecro right now. A double kill while leading the team and 10 health left. Robs with a headshot, but the bomb is going down, and now it's a 3-on-2 here. Can they actually retake this side? It's very, very tricky. They don't have a smoke for the bomb, so defusing is going to be nearly impossible, and Rez will take the face right off of Snacks, and Robs wanted some, and he got some as well. 2-on-3 and NIP, that's a beautiful round, especially from Lecro. I'm just awestruck by that play.
That is really, really cool to see him switched on in that fashion. Chase it down. He gets the damage. He knows he really wants to find that kill, and he knows how important it is, because that puts him in a position to do exactly this. Cut off rotations, and it deletes the player that's closest to helping Rops back towards the ticket booth, and just nice tapping away from Rez. Good skill being shown by these, I wanted to say newer, but they're not really all that new anymore, are they, to the NIP jersey?
We can keep that up, I think. It's all right.
I want to say as well that we talked about those repeaks from Chris J and Oscar. Actually, hold the thought. There's going to be aggression here, and Rez gets caught spraying and punished, but he's got all the information. So NIP's going to push into this A-bomb site, and should be a pretty clean win, pretty standard play out from here. There doesn't need to be all those repeaks. Obviously, he gets him that first kill, but when you're going back for that late peek in towards connector as an AWPer, like that's the risk you're taking, and you could see they had a 5-on-4. It didn't need to happen, and Forrest is able to equalize off of it, and that really kind of spreads out and opens up the middle of the map for NIP. Now Sports is going to have to be cautious and more disciplined than that.
And it's, I mean, I guess that is the risk of having somebody like Oscar, because at the same time, if you restrain him from doing stuff like that, that also takes away a little bit of his power. Yeah. But it did cost him, so hard to know when do you keep the leash on him, and when do you just say, listen, if you feel like you could do this, then do it. This is good news for Mouse Sports, though. 2 AKs that they're trying to make their way out of here, and actually might get a third one. It might blow back into CT spawn, and they may be able to pick it up. So very, very expensive here, and they get 3 AKs out of it.
Holy
that
hell.
is a lot, Moses.
Yeah, that is a big mistake from the Ninjas. That is a lot of free money, free cash.
You love that, don't you?
Like, yeah, it's like an ATM, just like flying $100 bills out of it. It's good stuff.
You had a dream like that, Moses, where you just got free money? I had a dream once that I won the lottery, and it took me several hours after I woke up to realize it was just a dream.
Oh, that's a bit brutal.
Yeah, I was excited for the whole morning. I was like, this is great.
Yeah, that'll wake you up quick, won't it? Feeling groggy, and then you're like, wait, I don't actually have $400 million.
Yeah. Well, I have you, Moses. That's just as good.
Priceless, they say.
Yes. I wouldn't trade it. 7th round. 3-man stack on the bomb side. This would be a great counter for one of those default A executes, and they do happen a lot on Mirage. So, Mouse Sports is not a bad call. It does leave both mid and especially B maybe a little bit lonesome, but it's maybe a risk that you can take. Might be worth it.
At the moment, it doesn't look like it's going to be of great benefit. Still leaning towards that B bomb site. No one from NIP even close to A, not even watching for pushes. Throwing some late mid smokes. Catwalk in window room. That's going to keep Sunny pinned down. Yeah, Oscar doesn't even have an AWP now. He is kind of an early warning system with the way he's just kind of shoulder peeking on top of that balcony, but that's not necessarily going to do a whole lot. We'll see where he falls back to, and we'll see how soon Sunny's kind of being held there just by Rez. This is cool. Oscar blind. He's waiting for his moment. He's going to pounce right now. There's the off. He can get double kill. He can, and now he has position. Now he can open up the second front, and everyone goes down. Great play from Oscar. One-man defense, and he wins by positioning.
That is such an extreme play to stick around. Normally, most people, when they hear those footsteps, I mean, they either try and pop flash themselves in to just get a kill, or you just try and run back as fast as you can. And no teammates there. Yeah, this is just an expert play coming out from him. Really well done.
It's interesting that no one from NIP clears that right corner, you know? Like when you're on that we see people there all the time, like even on the pistol, the position that Snacks was in, and no one went forward to clear that part out. So even the guys who jumped down, not spinning to at least check balcony, they get punished.
And given all the rifles that they lost in the round before this one,
yeah,
they just can't do anything. That's I mean,
a really rough sequence of events for NIP.
I think NIP were probably thinking, since we're making so much noise running up the hallway here, if anyone is either in the default corner up on the balcony there, or in that position that Oscar was in, they're going to show themselves, right? Because they can hear it coming, and we're throwing all the grenades and everything. So, very cool play from him this time. Bit dangerous. Chris, stick around and take that fight anyway. They really seem to be sort of building up some confidence here, Mouse Sports. They've been taking these fights throughout the game, even when it hasn't really been necessary, but they're sort of back in the lead now, so who can blame them?
In the lead and have a pretty ballooned economy because of the free AKs. And around against just pistols, where it looks like they're going to get out scot-free. So 5-3.
That's an ace on Chris, by the way. I mean, it's,
is it? Oh.
Yeah, it was sort of dragged out across the round, and still, it all makes you feel better, obviously.
Nicely done, Chris. Yeah, he is, I mean, obviously an opera throughout most of his career, but he's shown great things with Mouse Sports as an in-game leader and a rifler, and even an SMGer, as we've seen. Either way, NIP is still in a pretty decent spot. 3 rounds, you know, halfway through the half.
Yep. Yeah, this is a fine scoreline for everybody involved right now. Don't always know exactly how many rounds you need on Mirage. Sometimes those T sides can be a little bit tricky, but 3 to 5 I think is acceptable. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if we are going to see some sort of default A execute pretty soon for NIP, because it's always worth testing, right? If you do it in the right round where they're holding mid with 3 and there's only 1 at CT spawn, it's not a free round, but it's a good beginning, right?
The nice thing about it is that it's one of those kind of tactics that should be able to net you at least a plant more often than not, and then you can kind of see what happens from there and play the post plants. Usually the few times that kind of gets prevented is if, you know, you get stalled out too early, or if there's, you know, a close-up defense that kind of wrecks you. Let's see what they go for, though. They have 1 UMP on Rez. They've got plenty of utility for anything they want. GetRight's even going to add a smoke into this buy, I would imagine, right here at the end. Not this round, Anders.
No, we're going to have to wait a bit longer.
B-rush?
That would be exciting. They've already set up a bit of a grenade in middle. See if they can hold it on for long enough. That Molotov, if it was a B-rush, would probably slow them down a fair bit anyway. But could be just a delayed one. Oscar last time managed to foil their plans this time. There's the pop flash, but he's actually going to fall back already, and they are right on top of him. He's in so much trouble right here. Close to the corner, taking down GetRight. This is what he's an expert at. He's still going to go down to Lecro, so only the 1 kill and a good closure on him right there. hiding at the edge. Sunny reeling his position, and more backup is coming. One coming in from Catwalk. Very important fight happening out there. I think that's Rob's, but Sunny's actually going to steal the kill. That opens it up. Now Rob's has a free entry. That's a huge kill for Sunny. And Lekro and Dennis just trying to fight to keep it alive. No bomb plant. They've been fighting all the way through. Lekro hitting one more headshot. And now he's ready and waiting. Snacks walking right into it. Quad kill for Lekro. Holding on to the round, and maybe they needed to just remind themselves at the end there, Mouse Sports, that there was no bomb plant.
Yeah, slow it down. But the cool thing was Oscar, this smoke that Oscar dropped in the middle of that bomb site was really, really cool. It didn't actually do much for Oscar himself, but what it did allow was a lot of mobility for Sunny, I believe it was, pinned behind that pillar. He could rotate around. He could check towards Catwalk with safety. No one up in those windows or on the balcony are going to be able to punish him for it. And that was really, really cool to see what it kind of afforded him. And obviously, you're right, 2-on-2. You get that kill onto Dennis. And Lekro is able to find the one-on-ones and even just patiently waiting for Snacks to peak a 4th round. They're going to have the economy Mouse Sports. They've drawn it down low again. Lekro's been great for this team. They talk about him as an in-game leader, but just on an individual level, he's been, we've always been wondering when Lekro was going to step up and find some level of consistency, because I think the first time we saw him really, hit some kind of personal best level was Malmo 2016 with Godsent.
Yes.
Yeah, that was an insane tournament for him, and then he kind of went quiet after that.
Back when Palf was playing as well, Moses. If you
yeah,
remember.
That prediction went well for you.
Listen, he played well for that tournament. That's what I cared about.
Another one of those 16% predictions.
Listen, he worked that one. That's all that matters.
Oh, here we go. This isn't an execute, Anders. This is just going to be a timing hit. Rops is going to throw it over. Now the flashbangs. Sunny looks like he wants to go for a battle. Dennis isn't looking. He adjusts, and it sprays, and it's not good enough. Get right with the MAC-10 to clean him off. But now they need to get these smokes down. Because it's not an execution, they're paused. They're stopped.
Yep, and the longer they wait, the more Mouse Sports are going to be here. Forrest boosted up by a teammate to get that kill on Chris. That's not bad at all. Another boost being improvised here for Mouse Sports, hoping that it's a default plant, because in that case, it would work wonderfully. This one can't. Oh, almost gets the edge. The bomb will go down, but Robs goes up in flames, and 2-on-3 now. Oscar alone as Lekro landing more headshots. He is playing beautiful Counter-Strike at the moment, and Oscar is going to have a lot of trouble doing this. He knows there might be someone flanking him. He's not wrong either. He actually might run right into the waiting arms. Let's get right over on this side. Just weird in waiting with a MAC-10, and Oscar is going to be done for. That's a huge kill. You know,
yeah,
just because you said you should talk about my predictions, and you know make fun of them.
There you go. He's come up with something clever.
Yeah, took me a little while, but I actually said when Lekro was let go from Fnatic that I thought Fnatic had made a big mistake in giving away this resource, and I think I still stand by that. I still think Lekro is one of those players that, if you had the chance to hold on to him, now there may have been some chemistry issues I don't know about. There may be lots of other reasons, but
I was going to say the one thing that you never really know is I think players just sometimes thrive better in different environments and lineups, obviously. So, I mean, maybe Lekro doesn't become this player that we're seeing at NAP if he stays in Fnatic, so it's always hard to kind of tell in that sense. Forrest, they're not going to get caught off guard by these anti-ecos again. Chris does find the kill.